BWOne here from BWOne, and in this video I want to give you my review of the LG G3. Right now it's one of my favorite smartphones of 2014. I want to show you all about it. So let's jump right in here to take a look here at the pretty cool and pretty stylish and pretty overall awesome LG G3 here. So I'm gonna pretty much talk about my likes and dislikes with this. If you're looking for more sort of spec heavy and technical things, you can definitely check out the playlist above here somewhere. We have an annotation there for it that has all of our G3 coverage. We've definitely covered a lot about this device, and that'll have all those sort of little specific details. This video I really want to talk about sort of my time with it here. So I spent quite a bit of time with it here, about a couple of weeks, about 2-3 weeks or so, that I've sort of been using the LG G3 here. I've been using it on AT&T's network. This is a model that's made in Korea, so it's LTE-A. So this isn't one domesticated here for the United States. When we do get those units in, we'll definitely do sort of a comparison on that, kind of see how the quality of network is with that. But first things first, let's take a look at the device here. It's a beautiful device. You can see it fits very well in the hand, feels very good in the hand. I really like the fact that they added sort of this nice metallic finish to the back of it here. It feels pretty good. And it gives a nice premium feel to go along with the sort of the side trimmings as well here, and a very, very thin bezel that really makes that screen jump out, that 5.5-inch display that you can see right there, which we'll get into, which is a quad HD display. And I'm gonna talk about sort of how that's all, how that kind of goes there, but it's a very good looking device overall. And nice elements that they've added to it, or something that they improved. Still not the biggest fan of the back buttons. Like I said in the my G2 review, wasn't the biggest fan of it back then, but they have improved. They're a little more rigid. They feel a little more solid. They're spaced out, and they're spaced about the same, but it just feels overall better, and you can distinctively kind of tell between them a little bit better than before. So I have to give them that, but I would still like to have seen the power buttons and stuff on the side. I just kind of prefer that personally myself here. We will talk about a 13-megapixel camera back here with OIS, dual flash, and laser autofocus. That's a pretty big and very cool key thing that they've added here with it. So, and they have the speaker here in the back, which it's actually surprisingly loud considering where it is. Let's go ahead and pop up the back here, which I really am glad that they allowed you to now have removable battery, which wasn't in the American version of the G2, but it's here in the G3. 3000 milliamp hour removable battery, and battery life is outstanding with the LG G3. I've been able to go 2 days without needing a charge, and that's doing about 4 email accounts, about 5 different social network accounts, doing some calls and some texts all around. It's been pretty good, and it's very good and very impressive considering that this isn't the American, like the version made here for America. Like I said, I've been using AT&T's network. We'll reserve our judgment on that when we get one localized for the US and sort of call quality and such, but very good and very pleased with that. Also, I like the fact that they have micro SD card storage as well too, just to expand on it. Now, there are 16 and 32 gigabyte versions of the LG G3. We have the 16 gigabyte versions with 2 gigabytes of RAM. There is ones with 3 gigabytes of RAM as well too. Now, one of the cool things here, obviously the 5.5-inch display here. There's a front-facing camera here at the top, but let's face facts, that's not sort of the main event here. It's got a couple of cool features, but it's not the main event. The main event is really this display, and they've added additions to the knock-on feature. So beforehand, you have the knock-on, you go like that, and it would turn on. Double tap it again and it would turn off. Now, the cool thing that they added with this is now not code. So you can actually tap in specific pattern on your screen, however you have it set, and it'll automatically unlock it. So let's see here. Now I have it set to something simple. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, unlocks right into your phone. I really like that they added that. Makes having to use the back buttons here and the power button a lot less than you really would need to. So I really like that they added that feature. And I think it's one of the cooler ways to unlock your phone, and a nice cool trick you can show at the bar, I suppose there. But I do like that feature a lot. All right, so now you see the nice vibrant 5.5-inch display. This is running Android 4.4 KitKat with LG's new user interface on top of it, much more refined than previously before. Let's talk about the display first here. 5.5 inches quad HD. I'm gonna tell you the display right now is a stunning display, but it depends on the content that you're looking at. So for example, a lot of the apps that LG has on here are made for this display, but apps that aren't made by them or don't take advantage of quad HD just yet look very good in basically a 1080p, but not that extra oomph that you're looking for. So I don't want to say it's a bad device, but it's, you know, bad display. It's an awesome display, but you got to kind of set your expectations right now that it's going to take a little bit of time before a lot of other apps take advantage of it. But I can just show you an example here of that. Let's actually go into the gallery here, and I see some of the photos here. You can see how good the camera quality is. We'll get to that in just a second, but these are some of the photos that I took here with it. Let's actually head back out one, head back out again, and let's actually jump right into some preloaded content. We can take a look here at something that's made in Quad HD, which is this particular video here. And you can see how vibrant and sharp that it looks. Amazing. You can actually get a test on that audio quality of the speaker. It's actually surprisingly loud. I wouldn't call it something that's competitive to the HTC One M8, but I think it's louder than the Samsung Galaxy S5, I will say that much. And it's actually surprisingly a lot clearer. I'm going to turn that down here a little bit, but you kind of get the idea. You can see how Quad HD here looks. Now, let's take something that isn't made in that. It doesn't have that. Let's take a look at some of the camera footage we have. Here we have some videos that we recorded using it here. So let's take a look at something 4K. This doesn't record a 4K camera, but you kind of get the idea. Not as nice as the I would say it's something that's already pre-made in Quad HD using a different camera, so you can see the quality is just a little bit less there with it. And we go back one more here. We'll actually open up multitasking, and we should have YouTube open. We'll check out one of our YouTube videos here. And this would be a great example to show that. We'll actually swipe away here. I'll actually jump into this particular video. We'll go back here. And we'll turn that speaker up again. Now this is just 1080p streaming video. This is what most of you probably when you're watching video, you're gonna be streaming it through some type of service like YouTube or Netflix or Hulu. You can see there, audio's good with it, but you can see this is in 1080p. We're gonna bring that down. Now this is in 1080p here, but you can see it's not necessarily jumping out with that extra quality that you get out of Quad HD, but it still looks very good. So I'm spending a little more time than this normally I would on it, but I want to kind of give you guys an idea and kind of set your expectations on what the Quad HD display is sort of all about. So there you go there. We'll go ahead and close that out. Head back here. Let's talk about the interface here. So LG has done a good job of really trimming down the fat in their interface. Beforehand, it was really a kitchen sink of anything you could throw into it. You still have a lot of the customization, but it's a lot nicer, and it's just laid out a lot better, and it's a lot faster. There's lag here and there, like you can see a little bit there when kind of going through these menus, but it's still nice, and it's still, you know, no phone comes without some type of lag here with it. So you see that now and then, but overall it still runs pretty smoothly. A couple of I'd say caveats are, I'll just jump into this. Not a fan of how this multitasking looks. I mean, you can expand it out and you can bring it in, but it's not intuitive and it's not really a lot friendly. It's kind of not a big fan of that there with it. I do like the additions of the notification shade, like they've kind of slimmed it down a lot, but I would have liked to see it a little bit more skinnier and to add more notifications here, because really you're just still limited and it's taking up way more space than it should. And actually I have a button here that I can add here. Let's actually jump into the settings here to show you where you can do this customization, because this is one of the few key things I really do like here with it. They've done a good job of compartmentalizing things out, but let's go into display. Let's go into home touch buttons, and you can customize your button combinations. I can add different things here. So right now I added, I can take this away. Actually, nope, let's go back out of here. I'll show you that app in a second, but you can actually add things like quick memo if I wanted to. I think if I have to hit home, I can't do it to home, but if you add, you can add in, let's go back into there, you can add subtractors you want to. So if I want to take one out, let's say I want to take multitasking out, I should be able to, actually I'm sorry, dual window out, I can do that. You can add that out there. If I want to take notification shade down, I can take that out, and you can see it happen sort of live there. And you can bring up, if I want dual window, I want to do that feature, I can bring it up to there. If I want notification tray, I can bring it to there, and I can organize these around as much as I want to, and you can see it happening live right here. So if I want that, I can have it there, bring my notification down there. Want to do dual window, I can do dual apps. You've seen this before, it's on other devices. I did one recently between some Google Hangouts and some chats, and it'll save them, and you can kind of split between the two there and use them accordingly. So that's kind of nice there. But I like the fact that you can customize the menu there at the bottom. I really have always liked that with LG's interface. You can change the background, you can get transparent, non-transparent. You can actually hide home buttons in certain applications. So you can actually put a list of applications that when you check this off, it'll hide them. So if I go in analytics, it'll actually hide the buttons, and I have to swipe up to bring the buttons back, so you can get like sort of a full immersion mode there with it. Let's head back here. While we're in the settings, let's check another thing that I really do like that they added here. Now this is something you normally see in a third-party application that you can get from the store, but Google Play Store, but I actually like that they've added this smart cleaning functionality. The smart cleaning is pretty cool. So this little nifty tool here sort of tells you what's on your device as far as storage, temporary files, idle applications and such. And it allows you to clean them out with just one touch. It tells you right here, tap below to clean space with smart cleaning. So it cleans all this out, deletes all that out, keeps your device fresh, clean, clears everything out of it. I really do like that they've added that. You can actually go in here and change the settings. You can have a notification once a month, your idle time period for a month on specific applications that you haven't used. So it allows you to keep your device nice and tidy. I really do like that it's built in. You can get more advanced ones through different applications, but I do like that. You can just tap on here, and if I'm not using something, you can just go clean, and it will just clean all those applications out that it can tell that I'm not using here. And same thing with temporary files. You can hit clean, and it'll go ahead and clean all those out here. Let's go ahead and head back. Another functionality I like is some of the customization that you can do with the keyboard. So let's go in here. Let's go on language and input. Now what I like here, this is the default LG keyboard. That's the input method. Let's go to the settings here to customize. You can change the height and layout as well too. So what I like it here is you can kind of just adjust. So if I want to bring this down a little bit, I should be able to bring it down and bring it back up, so you can adjust. So I have big hands, so I can adjust that accordingly as I want to. You can change your themes as well. So if we don't want that theme, we can change to a darker theme. We'll actually do that for this one here to match the bottom here. You can do a split keyboard. You can have one-hand operation. You can show numeric keys, extend keyboard, bottom row keys, all sorts of cool stuff you can add to it to customize it. Normally you see that in third-party keyboards, but it's nice that LG's kind of built that in there if you just want to use a stock one. Now speaking of the keyboard, they've done a decent job improving the keyboard here with it. We'll do some typing on here. There's just some message I was doing before. Let's actually kind of delete this message. We'll type in here with it. So let's go ahead, and you can see I have the keyboard up, and we can start typing here. Let's back up everything and delete everything out here. So let's do this is thus. I never type well when I'm on camera. This is the song, and you can actually flick up, you can tap which one, it'll predict it, that, and you can flick up that, so you can know it'll predict it, and you kind of flick it up there like that as well too. Doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. There we go. It's pretty cool. Nice keyboard, nice things that they've kind of added to it. It predicts well. It's not as good as some of the third-party ones that you normally see, such as SwiftKey and such. It's kind of my favorite one. Doesn't have that syncing ability, which is one of the things I like about SwiftKey if you use multiple devices. But it's good. I'm always a fan of when they add the number row, because I think that makes it a lot easier, so you don't have to go in and you always use always go into an alternate setting here with it to kind of move things around. You don't have to do that here. You don't have to go like this all the time for those numbers, which you might use a lot more often. Now another cool thing that I like about here that they've added is how copy and paste works. So, well, for one thing, let's say I want to copy and paste something here. I'll just copy and paste. I'll select all, and I'll copy that. All right, and it brings it down here in this cool little clip tray, and I really like this feature. So, if I say I want to take this and I want to, let's go back out of here, and I want to send this into a new text message here, and for whatever reason, and I go down and hit pay, I can either paste directly, or I can go clip tray, and it brings it up and it saves everything. It also saves images as well too. So if I have a picture I want to copy from one place, I want to paste it, it'll put it down there, and it'll keep the history right here. So I just go like that, and it adds it there just easily. So it allows you to add multiple things. You can delete different specific things out. You can delete the entire thing out if you want to. You can lock some things down as well too. As you see there, that if you wanted things to stay that you copy and paste very frequently, you can add that there to it. So that's another cool thing I like that with the LG. Yes, we're gonna go ahead and discard that message. That's a couple of cool things I like out of LG's UI. Overall, it's just a lot nicer, a lot smoother to use, I would say. You still have the same customizations that you had before. It's pretty fast, running that quad-core processor, Snapdragon 805. This is 2 GB of RAM. Some versions will have 3 GB of RAM depending on what your carrier chooses. Overall, it's just a really nice device, and overall really pretty cool. Now, but let's not forget to jump into the camera here. Let's go ahead and check out some of the image quality as well too. First, let's jump into how good the camera looks. So this is a 13 megapixel camera with optical image stabilization. So it's one of the few Android phones, it's really only Android phone in 2014 that still has this feature. So it allows for a very nice Crisp photos so far that I've seen. This is a pretty good shot that I took here. And you zoom in and it looks pretty good. It has something else called laser autofocus. So that's that little extra sensor that's back here. That allows you to focus very fast to take a very good picture. So let's bring something over here and focus in just a second here. We'll actually take a look at some night photos as well too. Some in low light here in my kitchen. You can see the Frosted Flakes box there. That's that OIS kind of helping with that. So you can get some good low light photos. You can see a nice cool Superman photo there and such. Superman Returns. Pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and go into the camera application itself. Show you OIS, to show you the laser autofocus. Now, the camera application itself, this is what you normally see it as. It's pretty basic. There isn't a lot of features with it. It doesn't add all that huff and guff that you normally see out of some of the other competitors out there. If you want to get the extra menu settings, you hit the 3 dots there and it brings you to the basic menu settings you normally would see. You have some few modes here, but this is the device that really relies, truthfully, on the auto mode. So we're gonna go ahead and do that there. So let's go ahead and bring this up. And it usually focuses, boom, it takes a shot just that quickly. And you can see that little dot show up there, and it focuses, boom, takes a shot just like that. And it's really hard to take a bad shot. I really had to exaggerate sort of being shaky with it before it took a shot out of focus, but really just kind of going up like that, boom, takes a shot just quickly. It brings it up here. We're just shooting a pen, but you can see focuses really fast and does a pretty good job of it. I would say the LG's camera is probably, I would categorize it as the fastest way to take a high quality photo as quickly as possible. And that's what the G3's camera sort of has here. So that's something I really like about it. I would say that some others cameras are probably a little bit better than it, but it's good for its purpose, which is taking very quick photos on your smartphone and sharing them out, Instagram, Facebook, and so on. You know, you're worried about getting a nice high quality photo fast. You don't want to miss the action and such. All right, so that's the camera there, and that's pretty much LG G3 in general. As you can tell, I really like the device. Overall, it's a pretty cool phone coming from LG. This is the best phone they sort of put out here in a long time. This is the best one, I think, Android wise, that they've put out in their history. This is just a very good device. This is the stuff we've been looking forward to come from LG, and I have to highly recommend this phone. It's one of the best phones available here. So that's my review of the LG G3. Have to give it a thumbs up. If you guys have any questions, please post your thoughts below. Let me know what you think. Comment, share. Obviously, share this around if you think someone else can use this review. It'd be really cool. You can share it around for us. Let's see what other people think as well too. Also, like this video, give it a thumbs up. Definitely helps us out. So this is BWOne here from BWOne.com. Reminding you, subscribe to our YouTube page. Follow us on Twitter. Become a fan of our Facebook fan page. Check us out on all of the social networks and on our main website at BWOne.com. And always remember to live your tech world in high definition. Thanks for watching.